The squat is one of the best exercises that you can do. It's a phenomenal compound move that burns a lot of calories and builds a lot of muscle if you do it properly. Now, what about back squats when you get older? I've heard a lot of people say, don't back squat when you get older. And what I'm gonna tell you is it depends on the individual. I'm lucky, again, at age 53 to still be able to do squats. However, I never stopped doing squats. So if you're 55, 60 years old and you say, you know what, I'm gonna go out and squat exactly what Paul does, it's not gonna work. You're probably gonna hurt yourself. Do you need to go to full depth every time? Absolutely not. Is it good for some people? Yes. Is it bad for other people? Yes. What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is actually pretty cool. I have the entire gym to myself. No one else in the studio, no trainers, no clients. I'm right in the middle of my leg workout. I've got my warm up in. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did, and then I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm gonna do from this point going forward. You can either follow along with me or you can save it for later. Legs, extremely important, fellas. Extremely important for not only building muscle, but for increasing metabolism. And I always say, if you don't do legs, you're missing a gigantic piece of the metabolic puzzle. Building lean tissue increases metabolism. What happens when your metabolism increases? You can burn more calories. So higher metabolism, more calories burned, more lean tissue, and hopefully in the end, fat incineration. So far today, I've done 4 sets of 20 reps, single leg extensions, terminal knee extensions. So I only use the top third of the motion to perform the actual movement. Why do I do that? It's less stressful on the knees and I can concentrate specifically on my vastus medialis. Most people today call it the VMO. So I've taken 4 sets, 20 reps with lateral band steps in between to get my hips primed, get all of my abductors, the muscles on the outside portion of the hips, to get them all to fire so that when I go to my squats, they all fire at the same time to help out not only my quadriceps, but to help out my hamstrings and glutes at the same time. I've got 4 sets of 20 reps seated leg curl done already. I superset that with 10 suspension Bulgarian split squats on each leg. You can also do that on a bench if you don't have access to a suspension trainer. If you're in a crowded gym, sometimes it gets a little bit tricky, so maybe you'll be able to bring a bench over to your leg curl, leg extension, and get those Bulgarian split squats done real close to that machine so you don't piss anyone off. Now, when I squat, I like to squat with my safety spotter bars a little bit higher. I like to get a feel for what the weight is going to feel like when I get down to full depth, if I get down to full depth. And you know I've got a very, very bad right knee, a ton of articular cartilage shredding. I've got trochlear tears. I've got bone-on-bone lateral supporting condyle of my femur. So I muscle through just about everything. I come from the generation that pushes through no matter what. So I'm gonna show you right now a quick set, a warm-up set, which is gonna be my second. I started with 185 pounds. I've now moved up to 225 pounds. I'm not at full depth, and I'm gonna show you exactly what that looks like and get through 10 reps. All right, guys, I've got my safety spotters right here. That way I know exactly where I need to go down to. This will focus more on quadriceps and glutes. When you get down to the furthest part of a squat, that's where you'll get more hamstring engagement. So keep that in mind when you do these. Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna get that weight up. You'll see I'm right in the middle of my safety spotters. I'm gonna slowly come down, taking a deep breath. Brace, tap, and squeeze. So goal is 10 reps, and you wanna make sure you try to get the barbell to tap down at the same time. Just like that. Remember, I'm concentrating on quads and glutes. Got 3 reps to go. Nice upright position, don't dump into the back. 2 more reps. Last rep. Now you should be out of breath. I'm out of breath, probably running somewhere in the 140s. I'm gonna give myself about 2 minutes rest before I start my next set. So I will be going back to those safety spotters when I increase weight and go to my next set. So now I already know what the weight feels like It'll give me a better opportunity to hopefully have my muscles remember exactly what it felt like. So far so good. That's gonna be about full depth for me. The goal here is 8. So I've got 4 to go. Really trying to engage everything as I do it. I lied, I'm gonna get 2 more. Oh, it's a tough finish. Ooh, legs. So that is how I typically train. I train based on feel. I don't have the same exact rep count every single time. I knew I got to 8, I knew I had 2 more reps in me, so why not squeeze those 2 reps out when most people would either stop or quit. That is how I get ahead. I'm not saying it is for everyone. It's how I've always gone. It's how my mindset is. I push, and it served me well to this point at 53 years old. My body is still intact, still strong, and still going strong. Hopefully, for the long haul. I want to be the best looking guy in the casket. So this is my studio. Like I said, no one in here. I have the entire place to myself most of the morning, filled with trainers and clients. And if I'm lucky, I get a rare chance to work out by myself. All right, guys, if you remember, I said I was going to come back to the safety spotters when I add weight. So I'm adding 25 pounds to my squat, so it'll put it at 275 pounds. I'm gonna go for 5 reps on the safety spotters, and then I'm gonna rest again and go to my regular depth squats. Remember, quads, glutes, keep your core tight, shoulders back, lead high with the chest. I love the sound of iron sharpening iron, that nice clang when you get a solid lift. Oh, yeah, it's getting me out of breath. Like I said, part of doing legs is increasing metabolism, building lean tissue, having your heart beat faster than it normally does when you're doing regular resistance training and you're taking long breaks in between and targeting specific muscle groups. The squat is one of the best exercises that you can do. It's a phenomenal compound move that burns a lot of calories and builds a lot of muscle if you do it properly. Now, what about back squats when you get older? I've heard a lot of people say, don't back squat when you get older. And what I'm gonna tell you is it depends on the individual. It depends on your physiology. It depends on your strength level, your flexibility level. I'm lucky, again, at age 53 to still be able to do squats. However, I never stopped doing squats. So if you're 55, 60 years old and you say, you know what, I'm gonna go out and squat exactly what Paul does, it's not gonna work. You're probably gonna hurt yourself. So pay attention, know your body. You may need to do goblet squats. You may need to do front squats. You may need to do leg press or hack squats using machines. Squats may not be for you, but again, remember, it is a phenomenal exercise to build muscle and increase metabolism. All right, game time, 3 minutes rest. Let's go. So just be careful when you take the weight off the rack. No more talking for me, just reps. Oh, that's a tough first rep. Oof, tough. Woo! All right. That depth gets a little bit tricky for me with that bum right knee. So again, I do the best that I can, get as deep as I can go, and while we're on depth and I'm resting, do you need to go to full depth every time? Absolutely not. Is it good for some people? Yes. Is it bad for other people? Yes. You have to know your own body. Get yourself evaluated by a professional. Learn what you're capable of. Full depth depends on a lot of different things. Like I said, it depends on your flexibility, range of motion, strength, athletic ability, age. So just remember, the way that you squat is going to be individual to you. Depends on your leg levers as well. If you have long femurs, long tib fib, short femurs, long torso. So a lot of different factors play into it. Don't let anybody tell you there is one specific way to squat. Squat the way that works best for you. Now I've got 3 to 4 more rounds of 5 reps, full depth with 275. I am not gonna bore you with the rest of the workout. I am gonna throw in some calves when I get done with my squats, and then I'm gonna finish with a nice long 2-minute wall sit. So I'll be back, I'm gonna get the rest of my squats, then we'll get the calves done, and we'll wrap this thing up. Let's go. All right, guys, time to take care of calves, and I'm gonna show you a very, very simple way to get that done. I use a dip chin belt. I'll have it linked in the description. It's a Harbinger dip chin belt. I attach weight to it, and then I get on this piece of equipment, which is a reverse HPN, and I use the bottom portion to get my heels up in the air. We take the chain from our dip chin belt, stick it right through the center of our weight. You get the rest of the dip chin belt here, and after you put it around your waist, you take the carabiner, lock it in place. So we've got it around the waist, and it's gonna hang in between the legs, and then we heel raise. To get in is very simple. I take the dip chin belt and I get it around my waist. Now once I have it secure, I step right up. Now you can use any elevated surface you want. This one happens to be 3 inches off of the floor. You want to take your heels and raise them up as high as possible, kind of like you're looking over a brick wall and you want to try to see what's on the other side. Now my goal here today is 4 sets of 15 reps. Now 2 of those will be with straight legs and 2 sets will be with bent knees. Now if we take a look from the side, instead of the straight leg position, we bend our knees, keeping our feet flat until we can't bend anymore. We then maintain the same exact angle at the knee and then raise the heel as high as we can, so the knees stay in the same position the entire time. Now from the back side, it looks like this. I've got my knees bent as much as I can. Now they won't bend anymore, and I hold that position. And I don't extend the knees as I get to the top either. So if you want to develop world-class calves, this is a great way to get it done. I like high volume and minimal rest, so you're only going to take about a minute rest in between each set. All right, in the grand finale of the workout, those of you who follow my program know I love to throw these in, especially when you're tired. And we're gonna do it today with tired legs, 2 minutes. All right, let's get this wall sit going. I'm only gonna show you from the knees up, but I will show you exactly what my foot position looks like. I'm about a foot apart on the feet, and I am pressed firmly up against the wall, about 90 degrees at the knees, maybe a little bit less than 90 degrees, so that I've got a lot of tension on my quads. You want to grip the floor with your feet, shoulders nice and high, so pull the shoulders back, chest nice and high. You should be burning immediately. You have a couple of different positions you can choose from. You can go all the way down to 90 just like I am. You can come up slightly. Everyone's gonna be a little bit different, but I will tell you, there are no positions with a wall sit that don't hurt unless you are standing almost all the way up. I use the clock on the wall to help me gauge exactly how much more time I have. And of course, when you start to burn, time goes very slowly. I have 1 more minute. As soon as I get done with that minute, hopefully, I'm done with my workout. So hopefully you enjoyed this workout, and remember, legs are a gigantic, integral part of building muscle and increasing metabolism. If you can remember that and you hate legs, you'll be more apt to actually get in the gym and do legs. I'm sweating bullets. I'm out of breath. I'm at about 140 beats a minute, and that's what I've been for the last hour or so. I've got 33 more seconds to finish this. Hopefully, if you are doing this with me, your legs feel exactly the same. Now, here's a professional trainer tip. If you can, grip the floor, clench your glutes, pull your belly button to your spine. You may be able to get your hamstrings to fire. And you'll see, my legs are already starting to shake. I've got muscle fibers firing everywhere. It is burning. I have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, workout is done. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I cannot wait to get out of this position. I look forward to seeing you the next time. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Let's go. Oh boy. Ooh, that burns.